YouTube, what's good, guys? It's your boy T, and I'm back again with another video from Fantasy Good Sports, guys. And today's video is going to be on Week 7 winners and losers at the running back position, guys. Yes, so I'm going to break down who did good and who did bad, guys that I was on that I was wrong about, guys that I was on that I was right about, guys. So with no further ado, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This is cutting edge content. And also sign up for the OnlyFans, guys. There I can make a personal video for whatever you need. If you need, hey TD, who should I be picking up off the waivers? I can do a 2 or 3 minute video. Whatever you need for my OnlyFans, that's what I do, guys. That's what OnlyFans is for. It's nothing weird going over there. Just another platform for me to give you extra content and to help you instead of asking questions on YouTube and being very vague. All right, guys, so let's begin. The first running back, guys, and I'm going to get with the winners first. No, actually, I'm going to talk about the losers first. We're going to talk about the losers first. And, guys, the first loser is Isaiah Pacheco. Now, listen, these losers doesn't mean that they are losers for the rest of the season, but Week 7 they was. Isaiah Pacheco, I told a lot of people to play him, and he actually did better than some. It was so crazy this week that he did better than a lot of guys, but he wasn't good enough. He wasn't over 10 points, so he struggled, Isaiah Pacheco. But, guys, going forward, you want to have him stashed. Again, I did a Twitter poll, or what is a Twitter poll, but it was a Twitter tweet that I did stash Isaiah Pacheco, and that's what he still is, because anything can happen with Clyde, and they just said that he was Pacheco was the starter. So I think he's a great stash. Let's move on. I don't want to hold this video up. Next is Brian Robinson. Yes, Brian. And I told people Antonio Gibson is taking over this backfield. They don't want him to. Ron loves Brian Robinson. They wanted to put Brian Robinson here and there, but Antonio Gibson like, okay, keep doing it. And every time I touch the ball, I'm going to show you why I'm dynamic. So everybody that watching the football game know that Antonio Gibson is dynamic and Brian Robinson is a hard runner, right? That has nothing to do with his talent. He's just a hard runner, but Gibson is a guy that you can use in all different facets. So Brian Robinson was a loser this week. But if you want, I'm not saying drop them. These guys aren't for drops, but these guys are just, they didn't hit this week. This is Week 7. All right, guys, next is Najee Harris. Listen, I'm still holding on to him. I thought Jalen Warren would have been and took over, but he's not. So I seen a couple moves where Najee he spin, and then he was setting up the juke. That's the Najee that I know. I think Najee's getting better, guys. And like I said, I've been preaching this all year. By week 10, 11, going into your fantasy playoffs, Najee could be a top 12 guy. This offense could have been moved around and done some different things, and he's probably getting a lot of goal line opportunities. So I think Najee still is good. But as in this week, he lost. He didn't, I think the game script kind of put him out of it, but I still think he's a guy that you should hold on your team, right? Game script can depend on Najee. He's no longer going to get 16 catches like he did last year. But who knows? They could switch it up and it could start giving him more catches in the passing game because they know their offensive line is not that good enough for him to run behind the tackles. All right, let's move on. Next loser for this week is CEH. Yes, Pacheco's on this list and CEH. Both of them are losers. One touchdown did not tell me that I'm going to play CEH. But if he has touchdown upside every week, then that's different, but he doesn't. So this is the first week that he scored in like 2 to 3 weeks. So I'm saying CEH is still a loser. Me, I would try to trade CEH. Pacheco, I'm holding on to him. But CEH, I would try to trade him. Right now, this is not the video for me to give you some targets, but this is a guy that I would try to trade. All right, let's move on, guys. Next guy is Kareem Hunt. Now, listen. He didn't do great this week, but that doesn't have nothing to do with what he's going forward, guys. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a caveat. This guy probably is going to get traded and go to a really good situation where he could be a top 12 RB. Uh-oh! So even though he's a loser for Week 7, this is a guy that you still can pick up. Again, I'm just reading through the list of these guys. These guys doesn't mean they suck. It's just they lost this week, right? They didn't hit their ceilings like they should. All right, let's move on. Next, guys, is Leonard Fournette. And I ain't been high on Leonard Fournette. I'm not about to sit here and tell everybody to trade Leonard Fournette because I know you're not going to do it. Me, I would. I just don't believe at his age that he's going to be this type high-catching running back Week 13, Week 14. So to me, I think you can get a lot for Leonard. Even if we have one bad game, I would try to go out and flip him. Like I said, this is not the video for you to do for me to tell you about trade targets. I will do a video like that. But right now, guys, Leonard Fournette was a loser, so I think he's a sell high. That's just me. All right, moving on. A.J. Dillon. Yes, A.J. Dillon from the Packers. I've been wrong, guys. You cannot no longer start him. I've been starting him all year, and I'm not starting him anymore. I have to move on. The Packers showed me what they really was when they lost this last game. I'm done. I'm not saying I'm done with all Packers, but I'm done with A.J. Dillon until he showed me he can get 13 to 14 carries and a touchdown. Other than that, I'm not playing him anymore. So, guys, the people that I told to start him, I apologize to you. This is where I'm wrong at. Like I said, I'm never afraid to say I'm wrong. A lot of people tell you, you don't never say you're wrong. If you say you're wrong, he'll get mad at you. No, I'm not. I'm gonna be for real. That's a guy that I've been champion all year, and I've been wrong on him. So, guys, I still think he's talented, but they're not using him correctly. So, I apologize to people who drafted A.J. Dillon and also people who started him. All right, we'll just move on. Kenyon Drake. Now, listen, Kenyon Drake was a great waiver wire pickup, but he wasn't a great start. And I feel like, I told people to start him. Like, I didn't say start him over bell cows, but if you didn't have a running back, I was going to start this guy off of, like, guys that are second in the backfield. I'm starting him over, but I was completely wrong. They playing musical chairs over there. They want to start Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins. All these other guys are just fill-ins until they get healthy. So I'm not saying J.K. Dobbins is coming back, but Kenyon Drake is not going to get carries, the valuable carries over Gus Edwards. As long as Gus Edwards is healthy, that's the guy that I'm playing, him and Lamar. Can Kenyon Drake play if something happened to Gus? Yes. So is Kenyon Drake a stash? Yes, he is a stash. He's just not a drop. But he's no longer, you cannot start him. You cannot do that. Gus Edwards is the guy as long as he's out there. All right, guys, I got two more guys to talk about that lost this week. That are, I don't want to call them losers, but that's what the name of the video is, winners versus losers running backs. All right, next one is Jeff Wilson. Hey, it was over for him. He was a loser before the game started with CMC. And I think he's okay with it. Then Elijah Mitchell come back, he's going to be getting about 8 to 10 carries just to take the workload off CMC. So he'll be okay for a long shot play, but he's no longer going to be able to start him and just roll him out there because Elijah Mitchell is hurt or whatever. So CMC is the guy now, and he's going to be being used dynamic ways. But Jeff Wilson, even though he's getting the carries behind the line of scrimmage and between the tackles, it's not going to be good enough for you to start. So I would say get ready for Elijah Mitchell. Elijah Mitchell and CMC is going to run this backfield. They are going to use 2 running backs. Elijah Mitchell will have some long runs. So, again, do not drop Elijah Mitchell. I think he's going to be a good asset going forward to help with a tandem with CMC. And Terry Davis, the price are coming there every blue moon, too. Jeff Wilson was going to get faded out a little bit. He's going to be a special team player again. All right, last but not least for the losers, guys, is Jamal Williams. And I remember I told y'all about Jamal Williams. They need DeAndre Swift. Jamal Williams is a tough, hard-nosed running back, but he's just not a start every week when DeAndre is there. If they got a good pass rush and Amon-Ra St. Brown is out, that's what I think it really was. It was Amon-Ra, and the team they lost their confidence. He's the leader on this team, Amon-Ra is. So when he went out, the whole team went down. Jared Goff, all of them. So I think that DeAndre Swift is the key to coming back. Or I'm saying sit Jamal Williams? No. If DeAndre Swift doesn't play next week, you still roll him after him. You have to because he's a starter on the team. And this team is decent. But if Amon-Ra doesn't play, I'm not starting anybody on Detroit on offense. Nobody. Amon-Ra is the key. All right, guys, let's get to the winners now. Let's get to the winners. The first winner, guys, is Josh Jacobs. And I got to say, I was not high on him. Usually I'm high on all guys that are going to boom like this from year to year. And I missed him. I didn't think the coach was going to bell cow him like that, right? I didn't think they was going to be giving him 20 carries. I thought he would get like 10 and they would give something to Dula. But no, Josh McDaniels is bell cowing Josh Jacobs. So I got to stand corrected. Josh Jacobs can be a league winner this year. He's top 5, easy, possibly top 2. All right, moving on. Austin Eckler. Yes, Austin Eckler. Guys, I told y'all last year it didn't happen, but this guy can catch 100 balls. He might catch 120, 130 balls this year at a running back position. And PPR, that's almost a cheat code. So Austin Eckler is on what he on. As long as he's healthy, you got to roll him out there. Best player right now on the Chargers. Got some injuries there, but, I'll let y'all know about that later. Next is Kenneth Walker. I was high on Rashad Penny. I think Rashad Penny would have been right there with Kenneth Walker. And like I said, injuries can happen, guys. I'm not nobody to talk about no injuries because, like I said, Rashad Penny, I knew he could go down, right? Javonte Williams could go down, right? Any running back can go down. It doesn't matter. Any quarterbacks, this is fantasy. People can go down, so you don't make excuses. You keep it rolling. But Kenneth Walker, he's came and he's hitting them big runs, and I got to give it to him. He's looking like Rashad Penny did the last 4 weeks of last year. So Kenneth Walker is probably a league winner. That's another league-winning running back. Next, guys, another winner for this week is Aaron Jones. That's the only. Look, I would trade high. I'm not saying that I think he's going to be the saber for this team, but I would trade high on him. And if I had to start a guy, it would be Aaron Jones. Nobody else I'm starting on this offense. Not even Aaron Rodgers. Nobody. Robert Tonyan, nobody. Aaron Jones is the only startable player that's on this offensive side of the ball for Green Bay. I said what I said. Next is Eno Benjamin. Eno balled out. Long as Connor's out, Eno's going to be good. And when Connor comes back, Eno's still going to get used, but Connor's going to get the goal line carries. So if you can trade Eno and get something where they're getting out like a David Montgomery or something, that might be better for you. But because Connor is coming back and he's going to get goal line carries, and this offense is going to get going because D-Hop is back. He's the heart and soul of this team, D-Hop. So guys, Eno Benjamin, either trade high on him or keep him and stash him because he will be good when Connor is out. Next is Deontay Foreman. I didn't start Deontay Foreman right away because I thought Deontay Foreman was like, let me see it first. Maybe Chuba get it. Who gonna be? Maybe I picked up Deontay for no reason, but I was right. And guys, I played him in a couple leagues because I didn't have anything else better. But now he's a starter no matter what. He's the top 24 running back going forward now. So you have to start Deontay Foreman. And he's coming back off this Achilles injury off of 3 or 4 years ago. He's looking good. So I think you got to roll Deontay. Deontay, congratulations. Gus Edwards. That's the next guy. Guys, Gus Edwards, when you play with Lamar, that's why his efficiency is where it's at. And he's back, and he's doing what it is. So I say squeeze it while you can until something pop up. So just keep rolling the Gus Edwards out there. That's all you can do. He was a winner this week, especially playing with Lamar. Next, guys, we got 3 more guys. Raheem Mostert. Guys, his next 3 games is probably one of the best game scripts it's going to be. This guy's going to be a top 12 running back the next 3 weeks, if you ask me. He's playing Detroit, which is one of the weakest defense. Chicago, which is one of the weakest defense. So Raheem Mostert is going to be good going forward, guys. You make sure you start him. This is what you at the time now. Your stars and sits got to be like that. Like I get better as my stars and sits because I start guys just to see, right? I don't really just start a guy and I expect him to do something. But this time of the year, Week 7, Week 8, you got to be sharp with your stars and sits because, guys, I showed you what they are. So you got to roll them out there. So Raheem Mostert, he's a start every week. Next, guys, is Travis Etienne. Now, listen, when it came to J.K. Dobbins, Travis Etienne, some of those type backs, I was high on Travis Etienne. And James Robinson, I just never wanted to champion that. I know he's a good player, but I was like, he's coming off an Achilles injury. Travis Etienne catching passes and he's fast, he's going to have explosive plays. Congratulations to Doug Peterson drawing up plays to get Travis Etienne out in space. So I think Travis Etienne could be a top 12 running back going forward for the rest of the season. If you want to buy low on him, you want to transfer a guy and get Etienne, that's fine. Like if you want to use, let me see, I don't know. Like if you want to get Leonard Fournette and you want to go to Travis Etienne and maybe something else, I think that's a great move. All right, guys, last but not least is Antonio Gibson. Yes, Antonio Gibson. Now, listen, I'm not trying to go and champion him again because, like I said, I told you earlier that I was a little off on Antonio from the beginning. But I know what type of talent. All my guys that I tell you to play, they are talented. Some guys are more talented than others, but they are great players. Sometimes you don't get to manifest that on the field or on the court or whatever sport you play, right? We all know guys that are really good, but they never could put it all together and have a really great season or a great championship run. So I think Antonio Gibson, guys, now Brian Robinson, they're going to have to change up their snap count. They're going to have to put Gibson in there a little bit more. Put him out there wide receiver. Give him hybrid carries. Give him hybrid touches. That's what they're going to have to do, guys. It's going to be a lot of pressure on Ryan because all these other people are using these running backs and receivers in different ways like hybrids. But Ryan, you trying to make Antonio Gibson be something that he's not. He's not Brian Robinson. You want a guy to run up in the cloud of dust, there you go for Brian Robinson. Use him. But if you want to get a guy out in space, use Antonio Gibson. So, guys, Antonio Gibson is the guy that you should be buying low for. Yes, buying low. If I had Dylan, would I swap out him and Antonio Gibson? Maybe. Like I said, this is a different video. This is not trade targets. So, guys, thank y'all. I want to give y'all my winners and losers for the week. I'm going to do that more often on Monday. And, guys, thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. This is cutting-edge content. And also, guys, go sign up for my OnlyFans there. Like I said, I make personal videos for you. Whatever you need, I will do it for you on OnlyFans. This is what that OnlyFans is for because I want y'all to win championships. On YouTube, it's too much volume. I got to put out videos. I can't give you that attention. But on OnlyFans, when you paying that $10 a month, I got you, right? So, guys, be patient with me. Like I said, I don't have a lot of OnlyFans members. I got like 5, but they building, right? Because OnlyFans is hard to build up. So, guys, if you want to show appreciation to my channel, the work that I put in, go sign up for OnlyFans. I greatly appreciate it. Peace!